All right, good afternoon. It's been a minute. It's Wednesday, and I had planned on getting with you guys Monday, just to talk about letting life get better. I ended up working on some goals. Actually, like hitting some goals Monday and Tuesday. We had dinner obligations both nights, and so today's really the first chance I've had just to be able to sit down and talk with you. So if you kind of have been tracking with me a little bit, we've been working through 7 key areas of life and talking about letting life get better. We've worked through those 7, and if you didn't miss some of that and you'd like to go back, just on my page right there, just scroll down and you'll see where they begin. And we've walked through 7 areas. Some of it took us a couple of days to do that. But I'm really excited about this digital platform that Tammy and I are working on. Literally, I'm not exaggerating to say it's one of the best things that I've done in my life. There's several things I could talk about that I've done that helped me grow as a person, but this one is probably by far and away one of the better things that I've done. So when we talk about letting life get better, it's a great question. Just ask yourself, anywhere you're struggling right now, ask yourself that question. How can I let this get better? Right? It's a powerful question. If it's dealing with your kids, how can I let this situation with my kids get better? If it's marriage, how can I let this situation with my marriage get better? If it's money issues, how can I let this get better? Think about it in all of those areas. Friendships. How can I let this friendship get better? It's a game changing question that Tammy and I have begun to implement into our life for probably a couple of years now, as we just work through some issues of life itself and learning to help other people. I find that question turns the tables. We tend to want to complain about our issues, right? And if so and so would do this, if they would do that, if only this would happen. And well, some of those things are outside of our control, but not what I do. And so when we ask ourselves, how can I let this get better? Just pick an area. How can I let my work get better? Right? So the issue of this thing called ULA that Tammy and I have been working through, there's 7 key areas of life. And I realized as I began to get involved with this project, 1B7 project, their goal is to reach 1 billion people in 7 years with this message of hope, of organizing and setting goals and conquering things. I realize those 7 areas are the 7 areas that I walk people through on a regular basis as a pastor and friend anyway. So let me just kind of remind you of what those were. They were the issue of fitness, right? And we talk about fitness, we mean physical health, right? Just not what our body looks like, the shape of it, which we tend to focus on, but really more importantly, the quality of my health, right? Am I on medications? Am I off medications? And all of those things. Can I do the things physically with my body that I want to do, right? I mean, can I run? Can I walk? Can I climb stairs? Could I take a hike? Could I roll on the floor with my grandkids? Could I keep up with, whatever? And then there's the mental issue, right? Just being mentally healthy, fit is a good thing. And then emotional health. That's a powerful issue. So in those 3 areas, that area of fitness, I ask you to rate yourself 1 to 10. I don't know if you did that or not. If you didn't, you can do it now. We looked at finance. Finance is really the process of working in 3 areas: how I spend my money, how I invest my money, and how I give my money, right? Those 3 things. What we want is margin. We want that gap. It's called a green gap in ULA, that we want margin, right? I don't want my money to own me. I don't want to be a slave to it. I want it to work for me. And so I evaluate my life in that area of finances. How can I let that get better? Where would you rate yourself right now, scale of 1 to 10? Family, right? That's that leaning into realizing that I have a family. Dysfunctional or not, I've got a family. We have history. We have generational issues, some of us, right? I mean, I don't have any parents in front of me now. I'm it. But I do have a couple of aunts and uncles, and then there's me, and then there's my kids, and there's my grandkids, and Lord willing, I live long enough, I'll have the great grands, right? Brothers and sisters I've got. So, what am I doing in that family unit to let it get better? I mean, that's the flesh and blood. That's the family that God caused me to be placed into. It should mean something to us. So, how am I doing in that area, right? Marriage is lumped in there, children, all of that. Rate that, right? And then you got field, right? That's that area where we work, or whether we're stay-at-home mom, whether we're retired, whether we've got one career, 5 careers, whether we're in a job we hate, trying to get to a dream job. All of those issues, we ask ourselves, how can I let those things get better? But more importantly, right now, where am I right now in that scale of 1 to 10? Where am I? And then we talk about faith, right? That issue of where we're centered. How's my walk with the Lord, right? How's that going? How am I doing loving God with all my heart, soul, strength? How am I doing with loving my neighbor as myself? What's going on there? How involved am I in community with believers in Christ? Right? Rate yourself in that area. And then friends, right? I mean, listen, we need friends. Family's family, friends are friends. Sometimes our friends seem closer than our family, but we walk through life with those. Do you choose your friends? And if so, what's the quality of those friendships like? Are you mutually helping each other grow and get along, or is it part of enjoying life and rate yourself in that area? You know, hey man, I really suck at that. I don't have any friends. I'm just lonely, right? Well, then rate yourself. You go, man, I got too many friends. Well, let's talk about that, right? And the last thing, the last 7 is fun, right? What are you doing just to have fun in life? That should be a key component in everything we do. Let's just have fun, right? I mean, we only get one shot through this life. If we're just going to make it a drudgery, if we're just going to make it a work, and we're just on the hamster wheel, we're missing some of the best parts of life of just sheer fun. So what I ask you to do is rate yourself 1 to 10 in all of those. I did that in this app. What popped out was a wheel. And what you see is where the spokes of that wheel aren't out to the end, right? I've got maybe faith is all right, maybe family is, but my friendship or my finances, so I've got this wobbly wheel. Well, that lets me know I need to work on some things. And so here's where this gets fun. Now, we talked about all that so far, brought you up to here. So here's what I'm going to get you to do. Pick one of those 7 areas. Just pick one. Here's what I want you to do. It's exactly what happens in this app. I'm not hiding anything from you. I wish you could see it, but you're not going to see mine, but I wish you could see it. So here's what you're going to do. 21 goals. You're going to sit down, get some time, get a journal, 21 goals. 3 goals in each of those areas. 3 goals in each of those areas. I wish I could kind of help you, give you the ballpark thing. I can tell you what some of mine are in the fitness realm. I've got a weight goal, right? I've got a goal of a certain pounds I want to weigh. I don't mind telling you, 175 pounds. Right now I weigh like 183 point something. I'm like, and I set a date by it. One of the others, my mental game, I want to read 3 books that will help me think better, right? So I want to do that. I want to read 1 book a month. So I've set a 3-month goal for that. That's in the area of my fitness. I want to be able to run. And some of you guys laugh who are true runners, but I just want to be able to run 3 miles a week, 3 miles 2 times a week. So I want to run 6 miles a week. So I've been working on that. Those are my fitness goals, right? So what are yours, right? I mean, just pick some. What would you do in those areas? Financially, I've got a couple of goals. I want to work on a will. I want to make sure that all my money, I'm old enough where I should be thinking about those things and making sure everything's all my little buttons are buttoned up in that area of a will, and so that's a big piece. I want to have. I've got a number in mind of how much cash I want to have hidden away, real cash, not in a bank, but that I can get to if I need to for emergency's sake, and so that's a goal of mine. I've got several goals like that in the area of finances, but 3 is all I'm asking you to do. In the area of family, I've got different goals with that. I want to have my brothers and sisters and all my nieces and nephews over outside of a holiday, right, in my house, which is hard because everybody's scattered, but it's one of my goals. So I wrote that goal down. I'm being very transparent with you guys today. I don't know what your goals are. I'm just going to tell you what mine are, right? I want to have dinner I have 4 kids. I want to have dinner with each one of my kids, just them, not me and Tam with them, not them and their wife or our husband, or not them and their kids, just my kids. So, you may say, well, we do that all the time. Well, maybe you do, but my life and my kids' lives are in different circles. And so that is something I'm being intentional about. In the area of field, well, I've got a lot of dreams in the area of field. I've got more books I want to write, so I've got one in the works. I'm trying to complete it. I got a goal there set. So what are your goals, right? These are the things. What are you doing in those areas of field? How about faith? I want to up my prayer game. So one of my goals is that. There's a mission trip I want to do in the next 12 months. And so I wrote that down. I've got, I want to see some people within inside the community of our church. I want to see 3 people come to Christ. Uh, that's a goal of mine. We saw that kind of last year. I want to see it again this year. In the area of friends, I got several things I want to do. I want to do a guy trip with some of my friends. I've got a lot of goals in that area. For fun, man, I mean, I got trips planned. I got some adventures to do. Those are the kind of things. But so that's 21 goals that I've set, right? 3 in each category. You should go do that. Now, I'm going to come back tomorrow, and we're going to talk a little more about that. But anyway, I just want to kind of whet your appetite. Listen, just dream a little bit. It's your life. Get involved and take charge. It's your life. Don't be reactive. This is what happens to most people. We stumble through life, and we just let it happen to us. It's about being proactive. Before you think this is silly, I'm going to tell you, Jesus had goals himself. When someone questioned him, he said, "You tell that man, I've got this on this day, this on that. On the 3rd day, I'm going to reach my goal." Go look it up. Jesus had goals. So this isn't some, thing that we shouldn't be involved with. Man, set some goals for yourself. All right. I can't wait to get with you again. I'm going to see you tomorrow, Lord willing. I'm going to talk about how you kind of narrow those things down so it makes sense to you. But anyway, hey, and if you're interested in getting this digital platform yourself, I'm going to put a link below. You can check it out, right? There's no pressure, man. We're just friends having a conversation. So you have nothing to worry about. I'm not going to stalk you or anything else. I just want to share what's going well in my life. Love you guys. Can't wait to see you tomorrow afternoon. And we'll until then, you guys work hard, be blessed, and enjoy the evening that God's given to us today.